Hey guys, what it do? It's your boy Supreme Uchiha. Actually, it's your boy Handsome Uchiha the God. You know what? One crazy thing. Have you ever seen an ugly Uchiha? On God, I don't think you have. There's no such thing. All Uchihas are crazy attractive. Vinny Uchiha from Windbreaker. You know what I'm saying? Sasuke, Tachi, all the motherfuckers be handsome as shit. Oh, you gonna say Obito? Huh, you narrow-minded imbecile. You crazy. Now-minded. That boy is a war hero. He lost his face trying to save motherfuckers. Don't disrespect that man. That boy, when he died afterlife, he was fresh as a motherfucker. Don't play with me. You only think you saw an ugly Uchiha. You was in a Genjutsu. Your mama lied to you. Okay, I want to talk about Seraphina today. I don't know. I don't know why I had that idea for an intro. But anyway, I want to talk about Seraphina, man. That's a character that I feel like a little bit disappointed in the story thus far. I think her being nerfed obviously kind of needed to happen so that John could wild out and do his thing. But I feel like she gotta be back, bro. Like we need her to be useful again in this story. I think, her obviously hitting up John's old friend and her not being judgmental and really trying to think it through, and also congratulating him when he became king. All that type of shit showed like a great maturity. Like, I love her. She's my favorite character in the whole series. You know what I'm saying? Maybe drawn with Arlo. Alright, big Arlo. But I just love that about her. The fact that she's willing to think outside the box. And she was really highly impacted by this boy. Like, that's her motherfucking boy. That's the homie. Maybe the first real friend she's had in high school. And somebody that understood her and took pressure off her neck and her back. You know what I'm saying? Because she was carrying the school, she was carrying her family name, all of that shit. So she was under immense pressure throughout. All the time she felt like she had to go do those fight games. She had to do this thing. She had to be a goddamn royal. She was forced upon to have all this responsibility, which the society, that's just how the society works, right? But you don't have to like it, right? You don't have to like it. And she didn't like it. John came through, was like, man, why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Which is kind of crazy considering John allegedly wants the school to be changed, and he best friends with the most powerful motherfucker in the school, right? Even if he's powerless, his best friend is the most powerful motherfucker in the school. So how you not gonna use that influence to influence her to do good and save people and change the school, right? Instead, you encourage her to not do anything with her powers and just hang around with you and bum around. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, that's when, but I understand why she would do it, because she was under this pressure and under this duress her whole life for so long. She needed a break. You know what I'm saying? She wanted a break. She wanted to rebel a little bit. She never got to. So, she even rebels against her mother. And her powers are OP as a bitch, so she can do whatever the fuck she wants. It's time manipulation. That's her powers. A lot of people think it's super speed, whatever. It's time manipulation. This is why John cannot copy her powers, because it's not visible, right? She just changes time. You know what I'm saying? So if you hit her, she can just turn that bit back. I think this is what happens. She turns that bit back a little bit, and she find a way through it. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think she can also, like, let's say if she hits you, she can control the fact that you get hurt, but maybe reverse her own injury type shit. You know what I mean? I think that's how her powers work. I'm not 100% sure. We haven't really gone through it to be 110. We haven't really gone through it. But I'm positive when we do, we're gonna learn a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because I think she's definitely more powerful than John. I think that's a given, because I think it doesn't matter how many powers he copies, she can fucking manipulate time. You know what I mean? So obviously when she got drugged, her powers became wonky and until she lost it. But I think like she has such high potential to be way more impactful. I feel like she's kind of been in the background a little bit. Like, she's there, but she's not really doing anything. She's not making any progress, narratively speaking. She's just kind of there, just mocking Arlo or scoffing at things, and it's like, is you even trying to get your own powers back anymore? Like, what's going on? Like, Arlo's doing more to get her powers than she is to get her powers. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of interesting. She also hates the authorities, obviously, because she had first-hand experience with motherfuckers when she lost her powers. And we know why they got rid of her powers. She's too OP, and she read Unordinary. But to be honest with you, it don't even make sense. Honestly, now that I think about it, the book itself don't really make sense that it's that deep. Like, it's, I know, I get it's supposed to be like a fucking regime, kind of like Nazis, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like everything has to be propaganda. I get it, it's a regime, so it makes sense that that it's like that. But at the same time, that book ain't even that impactful. John is worse with that book than he's just as bad with the book and without the book anyway. Motherfuckers are either bad or not, you know what I'm saying? I think that's just how it is. But obviously when you're running a regime like that, it makes sense within that world. I don't know if it's a dystopia. It's definitely not really presented as a dystopia, but by the way the goddamn superiors, not superiors, the authorities are represented, it's almost like it's a dystopia. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's weird, right? It's interesting, but it's weird. I feel like if you look around, most people look fine, but I suppose we're following kids who are pretty privileged and pretty high up and in a pretty good position, so we don't get a proper view of it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the intriguing part about it. So, and the thing is, do they know he's dad? Anyway, let me talk about Seraphina. But that's the intriguing thing about it. And Seraphina's family as well, we know that her family is like super highly regarded, kind of similar to Arlo's. Probably makes sense why they get along way more now, especially when Arlo went through what he went through and how he was the one comforting her. And it's interesting, she sees the wrong that he's done and that he does, same as she sees the wrong that John does and did, but she accepts both of them for who they are, you know what I'm saying, which is a beautiful part about her. Obviously John is the one shoving her away, right? Throughout this whole scenario, John is the one shoving her away the whole time. She's always been trying to be friendly, she's always been trying to be there for him, always, you know, trying to be like, okay, I understand, like, this is how you felt and this is maybe what caused you to be how you are, but why are you pushing me away when I ain't do nothing to you? I've been there for you, I'm still here for you, but you just don't want to accept that friendship, you don't want to accept or reciprocate you know, what we were. So it's kind of like John threw that shit away, and that kind of left her at first broken and a shell of herself. You know, that was a strong moment, I think, emotionally, and a great character building moment. And then she was like, you know what? She couldn't really function. She couldn't see anything. She couldn't think properly. She was broken. She was like, this motherfucker been lying to me all this time. And yet, some way, somehow, she found it in her heart to forgive him. And yet, she didn't do nothing wrong. But he can't find it in his heart to forgive her. And it doesn't even really make much sense. And that's where I think the disparity between me liking John and disliking John. Actually, the only reason I started disliking John was of how he treated Seraphina. To be honest, I was okay with him being a dick to Arlo, being a dick to most of the royals. Seraphina and Remi, I ain't fuck with that shit. When he did that, I was like, okay. You know, I even understood why he fought Remi, but I just didn't understand why he was being a prick to Seraphina. But then we also saw that, you know, he's been about that. He's always been a weird motherfucker. He's been a hating ass mofo, you know, and he's definitely has some mental issues, you know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful to see somebody like Seraphina still care for somebody, an idiot like that, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, hey, just to let y'all know, in real life, do not do that shit. In real life, if somebody's like that, just leave. Turn the other way. It's great to see this shit in books sometimes, but that shit toxic. If you talk about toxic relationships, that's a motherfucking toxic relationship. John is a toxic ass individual, you know what I'm saying? Keep away. It's great to see that shit in a book and you're like, I like John, blah blah blah. You meet somebody like that in real life, never, bro, don't even try to be friends with a motherfucker like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, brother, you know what I'm saying? But that's just my take on it. I have a bit more to talk about with Seraphina. I think that the best thing, one of the best traits about her is her personality. She's very friendly. Even though she was also a prick at the start, you have to remember that she was a pretty ruthless person. But that's because, again, we understand the situation. She just felt a lot of pressure. She had a lot of pent up energy and anger and rage. And John helped her relax and cool and just chill and take a break from it all and take a break from the pressure. It's like, you know, if you have overbearing parents and parents that like want you to be a doctor, you don't even want to be a doctor. You don't care about being a doctor. You interested in, I don't know, anything else. Interested in sport, and all they want you to do is do maths. All you want to do is play football. You'll be frustrated. You know what I'm saying? You might take that shit out on another kid. You might bully another kid. You might, you know what I'm saying? It's not, I'm not saying it's the right way to take it, but it makes sense as into why she ended up being how she was. You know what I'm saying? A scary motherfucker. And yeah, I think I want her to be more of a person beyond John, though. I think that's one progress I would like to see, because we don't know too much about her beyond John, right? Almost a lot of the things she is and she talks about or whatever is influences from John and the Unordinary book, right? And I want to see more of her, you know what I'm saying? Like, in general, just like who she wants to be, why she wants to be that, you know what I'm saying? Her goals, her aspirations, something, you know what I'm saying? She doesn't have to goals and aspiration, but something a bit more, because I feel like we know Seraphina, but we don't know her that deeply, you know what I'm saying? I feel like we only know her in relation to John. We don't really know her outside of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I think we can delve a little deeper to her. I don't know, what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think of Seraphina? I fuck with Seraphina, definitely my co-favorite character alongside Arlo. Yeah, I hope, I don't know, the video was alright. I didn't really I was hoping Weeker was supposed to be out today. It wasn't, so I had to kind of like come up with something to talk about, and I came up with this. I hope it was a decent enough video for you guys. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that gang shit. I wish it was longer, like my John wasn't super long, just because I had so much to complain about. I don't really have much to complain about with Seraphina, because I love her. I think she's brilliant. Yeah, I can't wait till she gets her power and whoop some ass, and I can't wait till we get to Ember. It's been your boy Supreme with She Had the God. I'm out.
I got friends now. You ain't know, but I got friends now. I'm balling out with my friends now. You ain't know, but I got friends now.